I'm going to teach you how to use a template to be able to draw any of your heroes. And we're going to draw all 16 of these. Welcome back to another live stream. I thought I'd do some drawing. Excuse me. I thought I'd do some drawing today instead of my usual painting. And yeah, I think I'm just going to keep drawing some more characters. Maybe some ones that you've seen that you're familiar with. I think I'll just kind of draw them 6 at a time and see how we go. So I guess the goal of this live stream is going to be to show you, first of all, what kind of template I use in order to draw my faces. And a template is basically a structure that you use all the time, and it doesn't really matter what character you're doing. It's like the bones of the face. So for my template, so what I do, I'll draw the head shape first, usually oval. I mean, there are a lot of different head shapes, of course. There's circular, oval, square, rectangular, A-train, V-train. But I usually start with an oval unless there's something really drastic or dramatic that I want to do. This line here, some people will draw the eye line. I draw the eyebrow line and then the center line. From there, I'll draw circles where I think the eyeballs will go. And I do mean the whole eyeball. So a lot of that will be covered up by the eyelids or other structures, but just to kind of visualize how large I want the eyeballs. This also gives me the width of the head, because you're going to get 5 eyeball widths across the head. So that's 1. 2 is the eyeball itself. 3 is the space between the eyes. 4 is the second eyeball. And then 5. So we know the head's going to be about that wide. Everything I say on this live stream is going to apply generally to characters, and of course there are as many or more exceptions, but so we're talking about averages or means. So there we go. Eyebrow line, we're going to come back to that to draw the eyebrows in a moment. Center line, draw the eyeballs, and 5 widths. From there, I like to go with this kind of U shape to show the nose. This gives me 2 things. It gives me the length of the nose. You know, I might have a shorter nose, let's say here. I'm going to do a really short nose on this one. And it just change. You can change this however you like. I'll draw the kind of the bulb of the nose, or the end of the nose, and I'll just drop that in. Now once I have this mouth line in, I'll draw a big circle to show the whole muzzle, and a smaller circle for the chin. This then gives me a kind of musculature around the mouth that I can visualize. So also this larger circle gives me this cheekbone that comes down. I don't know, let's do a character, shall we? Eyes are basically just an N shape, and they're always a lot smaller than you'd think, so something you want to pay attention to when you're doing your characters. For the nose, it's always better to put as few lines in as possible, unless you're doing a kind of really old character. The more lines that you put on your face, the older the characters look. So with the nose there, I'm going to I might draw some of your kind of favorite characters from a certain universe here. Let me just see if I can remember some of them. Let's say this guy has a mask on. Something like that. When it comes to ears, you go to the eyebrow line, and there's the top of the ears at the top of the eyebrow line. The bottom of the ear generally is at the bottom of the nose. Something like this. Sorry, I just fell behind on the chat here. I always forget to look. Thank you so much for the rose. Really appreciate that. Mag121, do you record your live so we can review again later? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I will upload my lives to YouTube, and either tonight or tomorrow I'll have them. And so today I think I'm going to just do heads for like 2 hours. And I'll show you different characters. I'll show you different character designs. But most importantly, I want to focus on how to create a template. So you'll be able to draw your own heads very quickly. Let's. I'll put them on YouTube. I already have a bunch on YouTube, so you can check my my YouTube is Mark Liam Smith. So yeah, thanks for the question. I should be saying that, and I sometimes forget. Am I drawing Walter White? No. I'm going to be drawing. I'll be drawing mostly comic book characters today. So let me see. If we go, get some eyebrows in there. Maybe I should show you guys how to draw some kind of atypical characters, like not necessarily just humans, and like the Hulk or the Thing, or kind of more alien-esque characters. Top lip is always darker than the bottom lip. I think Captain America has like a chin strap, doesn't he? And maybe in some of the iterations of his costume, of his uniform. I don't know if that's even... I feel like he might have a chin strap. I don't know, I might just be losing my mind here. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of these masks, just like this, where it's kind of the half mask. Captain America, obviously, famously, Daredevil, DC's The Flash has one of these. Of course, Batman is probably the most famous one. And who else? Wolverine. So a lot of the characters have this kind of half mask where they have eye holes cut out, and then their nose and mouth is exposed. So whether you're doing, it doesn't really matter who you're drawing. You can adapt it. I can't remember if his ears are covered up or not. And the Avengers were not really my thing. It was more X-Men, but at some point I could draw them all. Has been a while. Yeah, so this one here, let's go. I kind of have an angry face already. Who can we draw that's kind of angry? If we I'm going to go with the Hulk. We'll have to go much wider head. So let's do the Hulk. Assuming these are the eyes here and here. He does have a short nose. So drop the nose in. Move wrinkles in the nose. And quite a wide head though. That's the problem. Captain Crunch. Yeah, I'll do Captain Crunch next. Let me see. Slightly close his eyes. I think the smaller you draw his eyes, the larger kind of everything else is going to look. So I just kind of scribble around it. Draw a wider head when you're drawing the Hulk. So instead of the regular 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 widths of an eyeball, I would go for the Hulk. I would go even out here, a lot wider. And then with the short nose, you can really expand the mouth because the Hulk is basically half mouth. Everything else just is kind of there to support. So let's say there's the cheekbones. This giant muscle above the eyes. Well, it's not really a muscle. It's basically, there's a kind of, just erase this part here. There's a anatomical structure. It's actually an outcropping of the skull and then a whole bunch of muscles laid on top of it that allows you to move your eyebrows. But this area here, this supraorbital torus, really in the Hulk is really quite pronounced. It's that kind of Neanderthal, or Neanderthal, I guess it's pronounced. There's that Neanderthal look. If you go with a shorter, smaller forehead, then the mouth will look even more pronounced when we get to it. I don't know why I'm giving him such a hipster haircut. This is hipster Hulk. I don't know what I'm doing here. How long I've been drawing to get to this point? Well, I don't really draw much now for like comics style, but I drew a lot of comics back in the day, growing up. Right now I'm a painter, actually. I'm a professional artist, and I sell oil paintings in galleries. But I've been drawing. I'm going to erase the eyes so that I can show you guys like really kind of crispy eyes. I've been doing comic book characters for a very long time. So it's like I said, the Hulk is basically all mouth. So you do want to give a lot of room for the mouth. Now, typically I would just go something like that, but maybe I should do an open mouth here. So you can't really set the chin if you're going to do an open mouth because you don't know how open to do it. So let me just figure out the top lip here. The Hulk is basically a caricature as well of a face, so it's really hard to go too extreme with the Hulk. He's just kind of, the angrier he gets, the larger and more Hulkified he gets. So you can just, if you make him too extreme, you can just say that he's angrier. Let me see. If the mouth is like this, then the bottom lip will be highest at the top and then kind of curl down. That's sort of, I think, the best way to do it. If we look at sorry, I don't know if I'm cutting out here or not. Okay, sorry about that. Hulk Smash, just sub to my YouTube. Oh, thank you so much, Ricky Ricardo, 1857. Really appreciate that. Yeah, my YouTube is Mark Liam Smith. Thank you so much. I do have a how to draw heads. I just did some kind of this. I did some random heads, just talking about character design. I just uploaded this to my YouTube yesterday. So if, but with this same one, I talked about this, where I go, the oval head, eyebrow line, draw the eyeballs, nose, find the width of the nose, drop down, find the mouth, muzzle, chin, reverse triangle here, eyebrows, two cheekbones, and lips. So you can see this in its entirety. Well, I did it many, many times in a row, but yeah, check it out. I think it's about an hour and 15 minutes. I just uploaded it yesterday, but a kind of basic head design. Can I do the thing from Fantastic Four? Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's very similar to the Hulk. Yeah, I'll do, here, I'll just write it here so I don't forget thing. Do I prefer manual drawing or digital? I prefer pencil just because that's kind of where I started. But yeah, you have to be comfortable with both. So for teeth, don't draw all of the teeth, but basically you have 4 front teeth, and then you have that are the same size, and then you have an incisor, which is kind of you can call them canine teeth. So these 4 little guys in the front, big canine, and then you into your semi-molars. And then same thing, the top, the teeth are wider than the bottom, and you don't have to draw them all. In fact, I would recommend you don't. But you hint at the teeth. That's the secret. Don't forget the bottom lip. Even when the mouth is open, you really do need to draw the bottom lip if the character has lips. And underneath the bottom lip will be a substantial shadow. It's there almost regardless of the lighting conditions. And then the chin, the jaw. Hulk has a fairly angular jaw. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? It's fictional characters, so you can draw it as you like. You can make up your own version. You can draw the Hulk with a very round jaw if you want. Spiderman. Yeah, I can do Spiderman. So I'm going to do the thing next. I'll put Spiderman on deck. If you have any comments, I can do Marvel or DC. X-Men is kind of my wheelhouse, but I think a lot of these characters are pretty iconic, so I should be able to at least get the basics of them. I don't know. I'm not a professional comic book artist. I'm a painter. But I like drawing comics. So Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Carnage, Venom. I don't know Carnage. I know of him. But yeah, I could probably do Venom. Okay, I'll do Spider-Man. Suggestions. Okay, Thing. Yeah, the Thing is going to be pretty much the same as the Hulk. So for the Thing, we're going to go with, so there are lots of different head shapes. I'll show you. So there's a circle, oval, square, rectangle, A triangle, V triangle, diamond. The thing would be an A triangle. So let me show you what that means. The Hulk should be an A triangle as well. But I drew it as an oval, and that's why he looks a little bit off. But A triangle is the best shape for kind of big monster kind of guys. So those of you that don't know, the thing is their tank, so their big strong man. He was involved in a moon or a spacecraft. I think they got irradiated with ultraviolet rays and transformed him into this giant orange rocky monster. So basically you want to draw a regular face that's kind of all mouth. I'm going to draw a big circle where I want the mouth. So you can have an even shorter nose than the Hulk. And let's put his eyes almost level with his nose. But he's really rocky, and he's made of rocks. And his power is to be strong. That's kind of it. Okay, so we got the eyes set. Nose is going to be here. It's going to be pretty short too. He's extremely angular, of course. His mouth, the corners of the mouth should be level with the eyes for normal people, but his mouth's going to be a little bigger, and that's going to give him more of a kind of a monster vibe, just like the Hulk. What else? Other than that, it's just all angular. Now with the thing, the area here above his eyebrows, this supraorbital torus is extremely pronounced. This giant brow. So that's that's his. And then after that, it's just putting in a bunch of kind of rocks. So you have to, I'll shade underneath it, and that'll make it look like it's got this giant brow ridge. I'm going to make his eyes quite small, and that will give the illusion that his head is even bigger. I don't know why his eyeballs aren't made of rock if everything else is as well, but that's just not how they traditionally drew him. I think you probably get away with kind of a Hulk template when you draw the thing. Just make it more angular. Who else has a kind of angular head like this? Oh, Iceman from the X-Men. He has a very angular head. When you're drawing the thing, you don't want to make any of these rocks very symmetrical because they are rocks. So you just kind of mix it up. Try not to fall into any kind of symmetry, otherwise you might ruin the illusion. So go full shadow here. Maybe his cheekbones here and here. I don't know. I don't know enough about the character to know if these rocks, these little like individual rocks that are on his face, do they move with his face? Do they, like if this rock here is there, is it always there? I don't know too much about the thing. Ben, maybe his name is Ben. I think that's right. There you go, something like that. I don't think I've ever drawn the Thing before. Or is it the Thing or just Thing? I don't know. Okay, Spider-Man. I can definitely draw Spider-Man. Angle head as the Hulk and the Thing. So I can come back to that. Yeah, Ben Grimm. Colossus from X-Men. Yeah, I'll definitely draw Colossus. I'm going to put him on deck here. Colossus is... Here, let me just do the next 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I love Colossus. I am always happy to draw X-Men. His bones are rock? Yeah, I don't know. Like how much is rock? Draw Rick and Morty? Yeah, I don't know. Cartoon characters so much. It's more comics, I guess. Spider-Man. Spider-Man's one of the easier guys to draw. He's one of the harder bodies to draw, but for head, fairly easy. So it's Spider-Man is oval. Of the head types, remember? Round, oval, square, rectangular, A triangle, V triangle, diamond. I guess you could throw heart in there, although it's actually just a V triangle. But somehow people seem to think it's an actual head type. But yeah, so Spider-Man, you get your oval. Sorry, I'm gonna realign it. I will be posting this back up to YouTube. There you go, better centered for YouTube. So for Spider-Man, after you draw your oval, you draw a little circle. So you can imagine that the eyeballs are going to be, there's the eyebrow line, eyeballs are here. But of course they're not, you don't do your regular eyeballs. So from this circle, if the eyeballs are there, you're going to do these, start almost like a U. You're kind of thinking like he's going to be angry. And Rusko, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, sorry, I can't draw Rick from Rick and Morty. I don't know that face. Wolverine, yes, I'm definitely drawing Wolvie. Wolverine is on deck. Yeah, keep your suggestions coming. I'm happy to draw the ones I know anyway. But I'll tell you if I don't know how to draw it. Okay, so here we go. Really quick Spider-Man. So we're going to go for a U with a circle in the middle, and then you just come below that circle. There's quite a thick black outline for the eyes, if I remember correctly. And Spider-Man shows his emotion by having these eyes change size and shape, and especially when his spidey sense is tingling, they'll actually decrease in size. And then what you have to get right after that, other than that, is just so for the lines, it's you just get the number of lines right. So down the middle, stop at the circle, because the middle one doesn't go down his mouth. That's kind of once you get there, that's half the battle done, right? Because after the middle one, you're going to go 2 and 2, and then that's pretty much it. They come off there and there. And then from here, you have 2 more. So it's 4 total, and then 3. Actually, you can go kind of 4 or 5. But that's pretty much it. And then for how many of the webs the other way, it's 2. So we'll go 1, and then another one a little bit higher. But that's pretty much all you have to worry about with getting Spider-Man's head right. Is just remember, it's just one line down the top part, but not the bottom part. And then there's really nothing there to show you form, so you have to color it in. And when you're coloring it in, I would color in darker toward the part that recedes, and lighter toward the part that comes toward you, depending on the lighting conditions, of course. But you basically color it in the same way you would color an apple. And then that's what's going to give you your rounded form. Other characters with this style of full face mask, I don't know how many come to mind. Daredevil certainly is basically the same, right? It's even the large eyes are very similar. So if you're doing Daredevil, I'd probably go with the same thing. So that's how I remember Spider-Man. Just one line down the middle, and then 2 there. Deadpool, yeah, Deadpool's really, really similar. Hellboy, oh yeah, Hellboy's a good call. That would be quite a challenge. I haven't done Hellboy in a very long time. Hellboy, I'm gonna put him on deck. I'm falling behind. I have 6 here, so let me just do these. Let me do a couple of really quick ones. Doctor Strange. Okay, Doctor Strange, I can do, because he's basically Tony Stark-ish, like a regular face, regular male, 40s/50s face. Let me see. Go circular, not circular, oval head. Go center line, eyebrow line, 2 circles. Remember, the overall theme of today is to show you my template that you can then develop your template too. So all of the heads start the same way. Eyebrow line, eyeballs. Find out how long you want the nose and how wide. And same thing with the nostrils. Drop that in. Then we're going to go big circle for the muzzle, a small circle for the chin, the mouth line, the centers of the eyes, that's the corners of the mouth. And the eyeballs are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 width. The ear is, top of the ear is the eyebrow line, bottom of the ear is the bottom of the nose. We have the cheekbones here. And for hair, he kind of has, well, he has short hair, but maybe a little bit, let's say there's a part, I don't know what side his hair is parted on, but let's just say something like this, kind of big. I know he has these gray sides, and then the top is dark. Can't really remember what his goatee is like. I know Tony Stark's goatee, but I'm just going to draw kind of a regular goatee, and maybe it was thin. I'll go thin. But yeah, I remember Tony Stark's goatee, but not Stephen Strange. So Doctor Strange is obviously another character in the Marvel universe. He's somewhere between that kind of magic and, well, I don't think he's a mutant or anything. Or he doesn't have any superpowers, but he does have he does magic. And I think he was a an actual doctor, wasn't he? A physician. I mean, not a PhD or anything like that. Let's go with cheekbones. I'm going to put some lines in his cheeks because he is a little bit older. The more lines you have in the face, the older your character will look. For the eyes, kind of bring the eyebrow down a little bit, make him look a little more serious. And temple lines. He's looking over at Venom suspiciously. All right, there you go, Doctor Strange. Groot, Dax, Rocket. Oh, I don't know how to do those. Storm. Oh yeah, Storm's a good call because I haven't drawn a female character yet. And Storm is one of the best all-time characters. One of my favorite X-Men. I grew up in the Chris Claremont era of X-Men, so he basically is responsible for creating and writing almost all of the really, really powerful women X-Men. So that was kind of the era that I grew up. Storm and Psylocke and Rogue and Rachel Summers, Kitty Pryde. Just the whole, I mean, most of the team was female. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that suggestion. Thank you for that. Drawing Storm. Yeah, he's definitely sketched out by Venom. Venom is tricky because, Venom isn't really a consistent look. Venom is basically all mouth, but it's really amorphous. So if I draw the head, just think about the mouth, just all mouth, right? And tongue. So Venom's eyes are pretty much the same as Spider-Man's eyes, but they kind of wrap around, they're squigglier, and they wrap around the head. And then, Venom always has this really sinister... Here, I better draw the tongue first. It's kind of black. He's licking Steven. And, it's this kind of sinister smile. So, and then after that, it's just all like a million teeth. It's hard to get Venom wrong because it can be pretty much any shape. I was pretty happy to hear that at the end of the MCU Stage 6, they're going to do Secret Wars. I have the comic that Venom first appeared in Secret Wars from a very long time ago, in the mid-'80s, something like that. I don't know, something like that. Let me see. got a couple for Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider. Yeah, Bishop's cool. I could do Bishop. I don't really know Ghost Rider. I know that he's a skull, like a flaming skull, but I never read Ghost Rider. What's Secret Wars? Yeah, Secret Wars is, well, so there were two series. There was Secret Wars 1 and Secret Wars 2. Secret Wars was basically it was a mini-series in, I think, the mid-'80s in the Marvel Universe. And some being took a whole bunch of good guys and bad guys and put them on a planet. It's like a petri dish, just watching basically rats interact with each other. Colossus is next. And and then just had them fight it out amongst each other. And then we find out in Secret Wars 2 that this being was basically a universe unto itself, this a god, a powerful, super powerful god named the Beyonder. And the Beyonder was, Colossus is another one of these, like Hulk or Thing, or just a tank. So the thing about Colossus is that he's made out of steel. Quite a large head as well. I'm going to do a rectangular head for Colossus. Yeah, so the Beyonder in Secret Wars 2 came to Earth and decided he was a god and he wanted to experience just everything that humans experienced. And ultimately he decided that he had to give up all his powers to experience true humanity, and at that point they kind of got him. But and then they missed just in time. He got his powers back, and then this other guy named Molecule Man, who had ultimate control over all molecules, ended up challenging him and, I guess sort of defeating him. It's pretty hard to defeat a god. Eyeballs, so center line, eyebrow line, eyeballs, nose width is there, the mouth is here. Colossus is extremely angular. So when I do the bottom of the lip here, I'm going to come back around almost like a chin strap. Just because he is so angular, his jaw is really angular too. He's not a robot, but he is he's made of steel. Colossus is an X-Men from the really popular in the 80s. Not so much now. He didn't really make the movies. He was kind of a comic relief in the movies, but he's really popular. He's a Russian character, Pyotr Nikolaevich Rasputin, something like that. And he had a little sister that was named Magic, who would transform into, I guess she was like a version of a hell dimension. And this is going to serve as kind of a framing his eye, because I don't think he has a pupil. It's one of those characters without a pupil in his eye. Just because he's living steel, right? Put a kind of reflective surface down, all the way down his nose. Yeah, so you have to, if you want to start drawing comics or any drawing at all, really, you have to do a lot of practice. I'm actually not a comic artist I used to do it in my own time, obviously. But I became a painter. That's what I do now. If you missed any of these other characters and you're interested in watching this live stream replayed, then yeah, please do check out my YouTube channel, Mark Liam Smith. I posted my last live stream, and you can check that out. It's already up, and this one will be up tomorrow. I'm asking about his sister. He showed up in the Dead movie. Yeah, he showed up in Deadpool for sure, but they kind of made him into a joke. This bumbling fool. He was actually really smart, and in the comics, he would often talk about, because he's Russian, he would talk about Russian philosophy and Russian literature, and he was an artist, so that's why I really liked him. He was always sketching. He was this kind of gentle giant of the team, and he always teamed up with Wolverine, and they had a move called the fastball special, where he would throw Wolverine at an enemy, basically. But yeah, that's Colossus. It's too bad they couldn't use him. He'd be really complicated because his mutated form, he'd basically be all CGI. So, and he's really reflective because he's liquid, or not liquid metal, but he's pure metal. So that would be quite difficult for them. They'd have to have reflections off of all of the surfaces, and I can see why they didn't want to use him. It would just be very expensive. It's not so expensive to put Hugh Jackman in a Wolverine costume, but maybe a little more expensive to render a 8-foot-tall liquid, not liquid, I keep saying liquid, 8-foot-tall steel giant. So yeah, that's Colossus. That is Colossus. Could I do Star Wars theme next stream? Yeah, sure. That's a good idea. I don't know Star Wars as much as I know comics, and certainly X-Men is, like, I don't really know the Avengers or Fantastic Four. But yeah, I could draw X-Men all day. Speaking of, let's draw probably the most popular, the most famous X-Men, Wolverine. I should draw Storm after this because I haven't drawn any women yet. Could do that and move on X-Men Legends 2. He was in Deadpool. Yeah, he was in Deadpool for sure. Magneto, Thanos, Captain Marvel, LeBron. Yeah, LeBron does feel like a superhero sometimes, doesn't he? Wolverine. Okay, let's draw Wolverine. There are a bunch of different kinds of Wolverine. Wolverine is possibly the most iconic X-Men, I guess. Yeah, that's fair. He's been in almost all of the movies. He's had a few standalone movies, and then just for comics, he's also, he's in all of the X-Men comics, but also he has his own. So I'll do two versions of Wolverine, and one with his costume and one without. So we have the two ovals. I'm going to draw the eyebrow line here, drop in the center line, find the eyeballs, Wolverine's got a shorter nose here. Wolverine's actually Canadian, so shout out to my fellow Canadians on the live stream. So he's got a shorter nose. The original Wolverine canonically is 5'3". Hugh Jackman is a pretty big man. He's maybe 6 feet tall, but Wolverine is much shorter, 5'3". I thought Sly Stallone would be a great Wolverine, because Wolverine is supposed to be gritty, and he's as much animal as he is human. He's all instinct, and Yeah, I thought Sylvester Stallone would have been amazing. Kind of, he's shorter and he's really gritty. But okay, so we have two kind of faces here. That I'm just going to drop in the cheekbones, inverted triangle here for the top of the nose. All right, this is my template. And ears. That's from the eyebrow line to the bottom of the nose. Eyebrow line to the bottom of the nose. Okay, so first Wolverine we'll do without his costume, and then second we'll go for, yeah, look like Homer Simpson. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's I think because I draw the whole eyeball as kind of my way to judge the size of the face. I end up covering up a lot of it, but that's maybe that's why, because I'm going for the round eyes, and then I draw the whole muzzle, and Homer has that stubble circle, so that's probably why. Of course, the bald head. So yeah, I can definitely see why you do that. Homer hair. So let's do Wolverine here. Small eyes. And you want him to be mean, so you're going to go thick eyebrows and two distinct shades, up and down stroke, and then bring it all the way into the middle. You have to go almost like he's scowling no matter what. Nobody knows how old Wolverine is, but he's quite old. The issue is that he has a healing factor, so you can't know how old he is. As far as I know, pretty standard nose. He doesn't have any scars or anything because he has his healing factor. But he is rugged. Those of you interested in drawing, please do feel free to check out my YouTube channel and sub if you like. And also I have a Patreon if that's more your speed. Learn how to draw and paint. Let me see. I'll give him a little space for a cigar here. Bottom lip. The thing that makes Wolverine really distinctive is his facial hair. So it could basically be anyone until you draw the facial hair, and then it's like, oh yeah, okay, that's Wolverine. So with Wolverine, he's a very distinctive, shaggy sideburns, almost blending into a beard, but he doesn't shave the chin or the mustache. You can put stubble there if you want, but. And then for the hair, it can get kind of comical, but basically it peaks almost like ears or something. I think that's to make him look like more of an animal. Never really, and I don't know, it kind of comes down. It's to simulate ears. So I don't really know how he styles it. He just like, he's getting up and gelling it before fights. It's weird. I probably did that too extreme. I'm getting rid of it. It's too extreme. Couldn't handle it. Yeah, I've never been a fan fan of the hair. I don't usually draw Wolverine without his hood, without his mask on, just because his hair is really kind of crazy. Something like that. Yeah, it's totally. I'll have to. Concealing factor. Yeah, I had to get rid of his head. Okay, so his cowl. Is that right? No, I guess the cowl's the neck part, right? Okay, let's do with his hood or whatever it's called, mask. So Wolverine's mask does cover his whole nose, but then that's pretty much it. And some other ones, like Captain America, has his nose exposed, and like the Flash from DC has his nose exposed, but Wolverine's nose is covered. And then it follows this like ridiculous gelled hair thing. Just follows it up, and then goes down. It's kind of two-piece. It comes down like this, almost to his ears, and then goes down his jaw like that. And this is all dark. And sometimes it's blue, sometimes it's black, so depends on kind of where you are when you started collecting. I think his original one was blue and yellow, like a really bright yellow, but mostly it smells like a mustard yellow and a brown or a black. And this is the yellow side. And then for his eyes, you're going to want to really emphasize the musculature around his cheekbone and his eyebrows. Wrinkled forehead will make him look more angry. Oops. Got the short nose version here. I'm going to bring this up. And since it is Wolverine, I'm going to have him yelling or screaming. He's not happy about something. Standard. So it's same as that Hulk mouth, where you kind of go down and up, and then same thing, it's higher at the bottom, in the middle, and then it dips around. And that gives you an opportunity to put the lower teeth in, but as well the upper teeth. And don't draw all of the teeth. If the character has prominent canines like Wolverine does, you could put those in, but I would recommend against drawing individual teeth. Unless your drawing your face is quite large that you're drawing, but these are not. These are just little studies. And then his chin is exposed. You can draw the stubble if you want. Let's see. Let's do Storm first before Hellboy. Storm is another X-Men, and she's actually I don't know if she's still the leader. She was the leader for the longest time. And it was always between her and Cyclops. But for most of the time that I collected, she was the leader. So, round head. With the more feminine faces, you're going to want to minimize the number of lines, especially around the mouth. And instead of a round head, we'll go oval head. Okay, let's go eyebrow line, center line, eyeballs, nose, chin, mouth. Okay, Storm has quite high cheekbones. Storm is, her name is Aurora Monroe, and as her superhero name Storm suggests, she has the power to control weather. And she's actually a goddess. For the nose, you're going to really want to minimize the lines around the nose. You can even go with just a nostril, just the nostrils. For the eyes, I would recommend a larger eye. Top lips are always darker than bottom lips, so you can color those in, and then when you draw the lip, the bottom lip, you just kind of a little bit of shadow underneath it, but other than that, just kind of leave it blank. And the less you do, the better when it comes to female faces. That will, it'll age them a lot if you draw too many wrinkles and lines. So you want to avoid that. Storm's hair has changed a lot throughout, but for most of the time I collected, she had a mohawk. And thank you all for those of you who have checked out my YouTube and subscribed. I do appreciate you doing that. I have a bunch of tutorials on my YouTube for character design, not just comic characters, but this is from the last live stream, just talking about how to create a template for yourself in order to then build off of that. It's really important to have the basics of anatomy down, and then with those basics, you can just start manipulating them to create a whole bunch of different variations. So this was Hellboy, was the next request. Hellboy has another funny, I would say a triangle face, where the forehead's quite small, and then he's just a lot of jaw, almost like the Thing. Eyebrow line here. I'll draw the eyes. Actually, I'll go a little bit wider on the eyes. He does have a short nose. And then Yeah, probably. Does Hellboy always have a cigar? I'm not sure. The mouth is going to be wider than the usual. So usually you go from the center of the eyes down, straight down, and that gives you the corner of your mouth. But Hellboy's mouth will be even wider. Quite a large bottom lip. He's much more cartoony than a lot of the other characters. Huge square jaw. And smaller eyes usually as well. I think a lot of those faces of the characters that are basically huge they minimize the eyes and play up the mouth, and it gives them that tank appearance. The huge muscle above the eye is the supraorbital torus, and just like the Thing and just like the Hulk, that's really played up here with Hellboy. And then he has horns, but they're shaved off, right? Don't know how much of it, let's just say like that. And he has, I think, like a sumo hairstyle. I don't know if he has a top knot. Maybe not. Maybe, I don't know if you can see it from this angle or not. Also, I can't remember if he has eyebrows or not. Same kind of idea as Wolverine with the long sideburns. Of course, he's red. Something like that. Does he have a beard? Oh yeah, he has a goatee, doesn't he? Yeah, thank you. Totally forgot about that. Someone else. Let's do another female face, maybe. Start with an oval. I won't tell you who this one is. No, I will. So this character, the very first comic I ever bought was X-Men 208. And this character had a major thing happening in 207. I back collected, but she's not even from the real Marvel universe. She's from an alternate future universe. I didn't know that at the time, but she's the daughter of Jean Grey and Scott Summers. So that's a hint for you. I'll put her nose here. She got a shorter nose. Chin, maybe less of a jawline. Her name is Rachel Summers. And yeah, she's from the future. She's from a alternate future. Let's put in the eye and the nostrils. She doesn't have pupils. Kind of like Colossus. And the thing about her is that she has, she's got short hair, really short hair. She got a bunch of tattoos on her face. Enough to make her face a lot skinnier. Yeah, she got a bunch of tattoos on her face. She was, she's from this bizarre future that has mutants in concentration camps. I don't like her jawline. So. And they basically tattooed her. And her tattoos look like this. Down the middle. And her superhero name is also called the Phoenix. Like her mother, Jean Grey. Okay, let's see. I don't know where we're at, if that's an hour or something like that. Yeah, if you guys are up to... Yeah, it's the Phoenix. Rachel Summers, the Phoenix. I'll keep going if you like. Let's see, maybe we'll do 6 more. So with all 6 of these, please note that I'm using a template, right? Now, I designed my own template, but I highly encourage you to design yours. I'll show you how I do my template. You're welcome to take it and modify it, use it how you like. And this is just my template. It happens to work for me. And then you can do whatever you like, and hopefully you can find something that works for you. I'll just zoom right in on this one and show you how this works. So I got my oval. I'll go for an eyebrow line and the center line. Okay, I'm drawing face on right now, so the center line doesn't matter so much, but it can matter. Then I go for the eyeballs, and I draw the entire eyeball very lightly. You know, this, you're not going to see any of this afterwards, but I draw the whole eyeball, and that lets me get the width of the head because it's 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the width of the head. Then I choose how long I want the nose. You know, like the Hulk would be something like this, but just a regular character, maybe like this. And I do a U shape. That gives me the width of the bridge of the nose. And then for this one, I'll do another circle and figure out how wide I want the nose. Okay. From there, I'll find the center of the eyes, drop down, and now I have the width of the mouth. Because the width of the mouth is the same as the center of the eyes. The only exception would be characters like that are massive, like the Thing or Hulk, Hellboy, that kind of thing. Where they're just all lower mouth. And then, so that's kind of the basic of it. And then after that, I'll go for a big circle where the muzzle is and a small circle for the chin. Get the cheekbones in there and then an inverted triangle above the nose. That's my basic template. And you'll see that, it doesn't matter if I draw Superman or Storm. They're all basically, I start the same way. Okay, so let's do a different thing this time. Instead of me telling you who I'm going to draw, let's do we'll do one. I don't know. Maybe I should just draw one and then you can guess who it is. Let's try that. This one's gonna be a little tough. Rogue? Yeah, I could do Rogue. I definitely know how to draw Rogue. Let's do this one first. I'm not going to tell you who this one is. This is going to be, you have to figure this one out. This is a male. And I'm going to give you a hint on this one. This character was created by British writer Alan Moore, as far as I know. Really simple nose. I'm not even drawing the nostrils. I don't know why I went so dark on the bottom lip. There's one feature on this one. As soon as I do it, it's going to give it away. Getting a lot of, sorry, I'm just looking now into the chat, see if anyone's got it already. Yeah, I see it. Lots of good guesses. It certainly could be Silver Surfer, it could be Iron Man, it could be a lot of these guys. But yeah, I definitely see the right answer here. So congrats to everyone who has written Dr. Manhattan or the blue guy. Yeah, so yeah, definitely Dr. Manhattan. And yeah, Alan Moore is the writer of The Watchmen. And of course, Dr. Manhattan has this iconic circle here, which represents, I think, an atom with an electron. I don't know for sure, but that's how I'm interpreting that. Just because Dr. Manhattan has absolute control over all things. He's functionally a god. Okay. I did Doctor Strange. Yeah. Here's what I did so far. Rachel Summers, aka Phoenix, Wolverine, Storm, Hellboy, Colossus, Thing, Venom, Doctor Strange, Hulk, Captain America, Spidey. The Living Tribunal, yeah, that's a 3-in-1. I haven't actually drawn, I know that character, I haven't drawn the Living Tribunal. I know that one of his faces, so the Living Tribunal has, for those of you who don't know, he's He's the second most powerful character in the Marvel Universe. He's second only to a character called the One Above All. And the Living Tribunal has 3 heads, one at the front and then 2 on the sides. And one of them is fully covered, one of them is half covered, and one is not covered with a hood. But I don't know which heads are covered and how much they're covered. Yeah, I don't know that stuff. So I haven't ever had a comic with him. I just kind of know of him. What was I going to draw? Let's do... Oh, I know somebody was asking for Rogue. And Vision? Yeah, Vision would be good. I think I could draw Vision. I mean, Vision would basically be this. Okay, I'll turn... Can I draw the One Above All? Well, who is the One Above All? Jack Kirby? I think so. Dr. Manhattan is Vision. So I'll show you. This is 2 for 1. Okay, have a look at Dr. Manhattan one last time. I'm going to make him Vision. Okay, if you were thinking about this like it's blue, then don't worry about that anymore. Now he's red. Give him a little more underneath here. By the way, I'm going to be posting this on my YouTube. So those of you who are interested in today's live stream, it's been about an hour so far, and we are 12, 13, 14, something like that, 14 heads in. I'll be posting on my live stream on my YouTube, and you could check that out. I don't know the shape of the Soul Stone. Yeah, go check out my YouTube channel. You could go there now if you want to see older stuff, but I will have this replay posted tomorrow. I'll post it tonight, but it'll definitely be there tomorrow. I don't know what the seams are like. Oh yeah, it's like a round, isn't it? I don't know the Avengers as well as I know the X-Men, but I don't know. It's going to be something like this, though. I don't know. Does he have eyebrows? I don't know. I don't think so. I just automatically put them in. I'm just on autopilot. I think I've been drawing too long. No, he can't have eyebrows, because what would they be made out of? Thank you. Living Tribunal, left head fully covered, middle covered to the top of the eyes. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Maybe I'll do Living Tribunal on the next one. What kind of eraser is this? Yeah, this is a Mars. Sorry, not Mars. This is a Staedtler. Staedtler is the same company that makes this pencil. Does it say? I guess Staedtler. It's a German company, so I use Mars Lumograph pencils, and I usually draw with an H, not an HB, because it's just a little bit harder. Gives me it just smudges less. I don't have a glove or anything like that, so yeah. Oh, this one. Yeah, this is a Pentel click eraser. If you're gonna get one that's in this is pretty cool because you can refill it. But if you're gonna get one like this, I would recommend getting a Tombow Zero because they are really sharp. Like they're basically the same size as a pencil, and then you can get right in there and do details. This is pretty blunt. It's like a blunt force object. I might as well just be using this, you know. Okay, Rogue. Rogue has a regular human face. I don't know how old she is canonically. I always kind of imagined her to be in her early 20s. But I know in the X-Men movie, they made her a teenager. But they also made Iceman a teenager. I don't know. The thing that's remarkable about Rogue physically is her just quite a large white stripe in her hair. But other than that, you're just drawing a female. And kind of any, like you would draw, you know, Wonder Woman or Psylocke or Jean Grey. I don't think there's anything particular about Rogue's face. I don't know how kind of big to make her hair. When I collected, she had quite a big, it was almost like shaved on the sides, like an overgrown, just something in the middle. It's like a mullet, I guess. So if I try that again, yeah, very, very kind of skunky. So that'll be the white part. Oh. I made her head too small. Just have to start again that's why you do it in pencil. Looking at vision. Yeah, I don't know how old she's supposed to be. Jubilee was young. She was a teenager. But I was kind of Shadowcat was a younger one in Magic, but Rogue was one of the leaders. She was much more mature. Her and Storm, I think, led the X-Men. They were the most mature. I always liked that Chris Claremont would write, when writing Rogue, would say y'all to reflect her Southern heritage. I've never seen that before growing up in Canada. Y'all. That's always really funny. Yeah, kind of a mullet, for sure. I don't know who else. Maybe one more. Can I draw Heath Ledger? No, I'm just drawing more characters than actual people. So And then really the purpose is to show you the template that I use and help you to develop your own template. Oval, eyebrow line, eyeball, nose, round of the nose, width of the nose, width of the mouth, muzzle, chin, inverted triangle for the brows, drop the brows in, cheekbone, cheekbone, temple line, mouth line, jawline, ears from the top of the eyebrow line to the bottom of the nose. And that's pretty much it. You can get a lot of heroes with some variation of that face. So, like, Professor X, you can go there. You could go, you just add some hair. It's Superman. Silver Surfer would be tough because he's pretty much all silver. I'll turn it into Silver Surfer. You have to get rid of the pupils. Like this. And then you have to color this kind of random dark and then light areas. It's kind of like when you do Colossus, because he's steel. Yeah, so I'll have this uploaded on my YouTube either later on tonight or tomorrow. And for those of you who are interested in getting started drawing, even tonight, feel free to check my YouTube, Mark Liam Smith. I have drawing tutorials, painting tutorials, character design, lots of different things on there. And also, I have a Patreon if you're interested in supporting me or maybe being a little more serious with your art education. And that starts at, I don't know, $3 a month, something like that. You could check that out if you like. Mullet and a green headband. Oh yeah, the headband, totally. Yeah, good call, thank you. Yeah, thanks so much. Totally forgot about that. Dr. Manhattan, yeah, I did Dr. Manhattan already. Superman's just the guy with the black hair. Yeah, for sure. And then he has a very particular curl in his hair. I think with Superman. So let's do Superman. So for Superman, got the oval head. It does have quite an angular jaw. So there's the eyebrow line. Center line. Let's go with the eyeballs here. Find the nose and the width of the nose. Mouth. Here, there's the muzzle and the chin. The chin's going to be pretty angular. And also, so let's put that in. Go with a cleft in his chin. I don't know how that became a meme for a masculine face, but somehow that did. And then for his eyes, we're going to lower his eyebrows. Yeah, let me just get his ears in first. So angular jaw, so go straight down, and then over. And got the cleft there in his mouth. Okay, so for his eyes, pretty standard, but I'm going to lower the eyebrows. Because he's serious. He's got a lot of flying around and a lot of saving people to do. And then Superman's hair, he basically has just normal hair, and then he's got this curl. It kind of starts on this side, comes around, and then, well, at least the Christopher Reeve, the old school Christopher Reeve one did. It curls this way, and then it goes the other way. So it's actually an S. That's how you can remember it. And then the rest of it's just kind of a normal. But yeah, that's the Superman curl. Obviously, that's a design. It looks like he's got lipstick on because they colored his lips too dark. Strong cheekbones. Yeah, so other than that S, he's pretty much any character, right? There's Superman. Yeah, it was like a 60s haircut kind of deal. That's it. Okay, let me just pull back a little bit here on the Zoom. We got through a lot of characters. Thank you all, those of you who did drop in your suggestions and commented. I apologize if I didn't get around to drawing the one that you specifically requested today. Perhaps next time I might do some Star Wars characters or some maybe more non-human characters next time too. But I had a lot of fun today, and thank you all for joining. I really do appreciate your time and joining me. I know that you have a lot of options here on TikTok and other streams that you chose me for however long you did. It really does mean a lot. And for more of character design and how to draw videos, not just here on TikTok, but also on my YouTube, Mark Liam Smith, and Patreon as well. So I will leave you there. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next one.